Other big story, Casey Anthony in court today. Prosecutors demanded to know how Casey is paying her defense team.
Mike Forrest was in court for today's hearing. He joins us now with the judge's decision and some fireworks in court.
Well, Casey's attorney, Jose Baez, almost seems insulted that prosecutors would be asking and questioning his ethics. And yet the state wants to know whether Baez is cutting book and movie deals while also trying to defend Casey, which would be a conflict of interest. Today, the judge asked Casey directly whether Baez was selling her story.
I have to determine whether or not a conflict exists. If one does exist, she has a couple of choices that she can make, which is either waive the conflict or she can say, I want a new lawyer.
The judge presiding over Casey Anthony's murder trial wants to make sure that if Casey is convicted, she cannot accuse Jose Baez of trying to profit at her expense.
There's a minefield in the path of this case.
Prosecutors want to know who is paying for Casey's team of lawyers and her high-powered defense experts. The state is concerned that Baez may be selling photos and video of Kaylee, or possibly even selling Casey's story for book or movie deals. If so, Casey could later appeal on the grounds that her attorney was looking out for his own best interests instead of hers.
You indicated you signed and executed a retainer agreement for my attorney's services, correct?
Yes.
During today's hearing, Casey told the judge that her attorney was not allowed to sell the rights to her story. The judge then ordered Casey, her lawyers, and prosecutors into his chambers, where behind closed doors, they discussed the financial arrangements between Casey and her defense team. The details of that conversation are confidential, but 7 minutes later, the judge emerged confident that Baez is not brokering any media deals.
I'm convinced that as we sit here today, no conflict exists.
Now, Jose Baez hopes that the judge's finding today will end all of this speculation about who is funding the defense team. He says the state needs to stop worrying about Casey's possible appeals. After all, she has not even been convicted. And Baez once again stated today that Casey is innocent.
And the judge seemed to be okay with Casey's financial situation, but we still don't know exactly who's paying for her defense.
It is still a mystery how, what prosecutors say, how she went from pauper to princess and is able to fund this big defense team, all of these experts. Now, not to mention all the legal fees involved. Now, if the specifics were discussed inside that closed-door meeting, that's going to remain confidential. We won't know about it. But prosecutors just wanted the judge to get this all on record, so if it ever were to come up again, at least they can say they discussed it.
All right, we know there are many more hearings to come. Yes. All right, Mike, thank you.